Hey everybody, this is Pyrochild after a night of no sleep, and I've decided to delve into the world of casting pro replays. So here we go. I've got TLO versus, I believe it's Madfrog. Yeah, Madfrog. I've heard good things about this replay set, so we're gonna see what's going on, what there's to talk about. Alright, this is the map Scrap Station. It's characterized by the short air distance between the two bases, and the long ground distance, which is made shorter by breaking the destructible rocks in this area. But do see the Overlord here making its way slowly across the channel. I don't know if TLO was playing Terran or playing random. From what I've heard, he's been playing random more, or not random, sorry, playing Terran more than he has random as of recent, deciding that was his race of choice after his long period of tournament randoming. Does have his supply depot coming in right behind the mineral line. TLO is one of the Terran players who really chooses not to wall off. I don't know if he thinks it's weak or if he thinks it leaves his base too open, but I've noticed in a lot of TLO replays that he tends to not wall off, keeps his supply depots, or at least his first supply depot, behind his mineral line, and then if he does do a wall, it's from the barracks, and he'll use a multi-barracks or a barracks factory. That way, it's more secure and it'll stop the Baneling bust. Over here, we see the Zerg. He is still not dropping the spawning pool. We may see a hatch before spawn. That looks like the case right now, as this drone is going to the natural expansion. We will be seeing a hatch before spawn. The hatchery was dropped at, looks like, 16, and we will see the hatchery coming right afterwards. There'll be a 16 hatch, 15 spawning pool. Meanwhile, TLO is just now finishing his first barracks, producing a marine, trying to drive away the scouting overlord, which sees that and is moving away at this moment, also upgrading to his orbital command. So he is on one gas, he is on one orbital, and he has his supply depots tucked away neatly here in the back of the mineral line. Will we see a wall-in, or will we see something else? And here we do have some interesting movement from this Marine right here, as it was doing a, I don't know, some kind of moonwalk trying to shoot down this Overlord. A little bit of backwards walking as he was taking the shot. Overlord will escape. He has 80 health, and he's keeping it just out of Marine range, so he can still see what's going on in this base. Good control, good play, and good timing. We have the first factory coming in now, continuing this part of the wall. It will also be secure against Banelings, which is a common mid-level Zerg play to bust down the Terran wall with Banelings. HD StarCraft has a video detailing how to do it back from the beta, and for players who are interested who don't already know how to do this, which I'm sure if you're watching these replays you already understand the Baneling bust very well, but for players who don't understand that, you can check out HD StarCraft's channel. But this Zerg player now, just getting his Zergling speed started right now, getting both queens, getting a queen at both the main and at the expansion. Going to be able to get a quick connection with the creep, and also continue his spawn. So the larva injection is really, really big for the early game, considering just how much you need to be ahead. And we are going to see either a scouting party or maybe early aggression by TLO, one Hellion, and a group of 6 Marines pushing out right now. And will it be seen? The Zergling is going to not see it. He doesn't know how big that army is because he was only toasted by the Hellion. The Hellion, or the SCV inside, was stopping him from using the Zalnaga Tower to catch scouting, and this is going to hurt for this Zerg Madfrog. So already we're seeing some harass, we're seeing some nice early aggression from TLO, and since Zergling speed hasn't even finished yet, he's going to have a really, really hard time stopping the early aggression. And instead he pulls back after seeing the Spine Crawler over here, seeing the fast expansion, and yet seeing just how big of an army of Zerglings there is right now, which will handily take down all of these Marines. And he is pushing back. These Hellions right here will do some serious damage against these Zerglings. However, it would be nice if he had more to pop, or this barracks falling down right now. This barracks is being built, and it will stop the Zerglings and create that wall in, which TLO could really use right now, because it stops, again, all of those Zerglings from being as aggressive as Madfrog would like. So we see the Zerglings falling back. They do have their speed now. I believe it finished while they were on their way to TLO's base, doing a really good job of being conscientious of spreading this creep. This is a huge thing for Zerg, because the more creep you have spread, the more mobile your army is. The quicker you can reinforce between your main and your natural, the quicker you can get your spine crawlers down to this choke point over here, and just, in general, the more mobile your army is, which for a Zerg player is always a good thing. We did see a Hellion drop. This is big right there. All of these drones being pulled off the line, and an early battle cruiser? What is this? I didn't even see that fusion core being dropped. That's amazing. We're seeing early early battle cruiser. Just TLO always having innovative play, but that's something I just did not expect. Apparently one of the spectators is leaving the game now, but TLO now being forced to spread creep throughout the rest of his base, because those Hellions are just doing such a good job of harass. They are not Blue Flame Hellions, however, though, with the Infernal Pre-Igniter, so they won't be quite as deadly as your standard Hellion, but even of 4 Hellions without the upgrade are still just so lethal. It appears to be where all the action is occurring right now. TLO doing just a great job, because he is TLO, of keeping his minerals and gas low while keeping his economy at or above saturation. He is above saturation right now, and as soon as his expansion finishes, which the Command Center is on right now about halfway, but as soon as that finishes, he will be able to Maynard workers over and send them to the expansion. Meanwhile, some more Speedlings coming out right now, just trying to be annoying, as this battle cruiser comes over and will wreak some havoc. The Spire is just now coming out. I do not believe that we have Hydrolystan, yes, that's being just warped in now. Spire is still being warped on, and it will go down. 3 Queens trying to take down this battlecruiser. There is a bit of transfusion usage, but there is not enough. These 3 Queens will take some serious damage. They will die from this battlecruiser, just doing so much damage and just wrecking the economy, wrecking the ground units, wrecking everything that it encounters. At about half-life right now, and took down 2 Queens, has 6 kills, most of them being drones, 7 kills. It just keeps going and going and going. And the only thing that this Zerg can do is wait for these Hydralisks to finish, taking down the Spine Crawler so that the SCVs, the Marines, and the Hellions can have free reign throughout Madfrog's base. This first battlecruiser finally does die, but the second one, which is coming in now, is retreating from all of these Hydralisks, doing a really good job of shooting and scooting, so all of them get concentrated fire. That was a really good job of defense. The one thing I'm disappointed in is that he did not move these workers over to the natural. That could be because the natural was also already saturated, doing a very good job of keeping his harvester count high, as he has 48 harvesters. Even after taking his losses, he's doing a great job right now. Let's take a look at what TLO has in his base. He's getting a second factory, third factory, so he has 3 factories right now, 2 of which are under construction. We may be seeing some tank play, some Thor play, probably tanks, because tanks in siege mode do such a great job against a Hydralisk force, and they are busting through these rocks right now, as well as he is setting up a third down here at this distant third. The third on Scrap Station is relatively hard to keep because it is so far away from the main and the natural. 2 bunkers going up right now, but they will not be in time, as these Speedlings and these Hydralisks, without the range upgrade, which is being researched right now, but as the Speedlings and the Hydralisks come in right now, they're going to do so much damage. Maybe take down this Orbital Command, I'm not sure. It depends on how much damage these Hydralisks can do. It looks like they're going to drive it into the red and start it burning, but it will not quite be a kill. Oh, that's just really lucky that TLO managed to keep it away from there, as this big army of SCVs and the one tank is going to be coming in. He's dropping 2 bunkers right here, and this tank will be a significant threat, if nothing else, to this Hydralisk Zergling army, because tanks do so much splash damage, and the Cloaked Banshees, TLO never failing to use just all the abilities of his units, leapfrogging these siege tanks in right now, so he's going to have a lot of damage, and it will get taken down, the siege tank, despite all of the healing being used by the SCVs. This Banshee running out of cloak now, and Mutalisk's coming in now, as he's finally managed to get the Spire up and moving after TLO stopped being able to harass quite as much as he has. So, this Orbital Command will go down. TLO is really needing some anti-air right now. He's sieging up tanks in the face of Mutalisks. Does he know that there are no more Hydralisks over here? We've got these 5 Mutalisks right now, more being produced, as well as drones being powered out for this expansion, and there is an expansion coming down here at the high yield. So TLO on 1 base versus the 4 of the Zerg. This is really dire straits. I believe that Madfrog has done a great job of holding off TLO's harass and staying in the game against everything that TLO has done. So all of these Mutalisks right now are going to do just a great job against taking down the few Marines that TLO has for anti-air. He is building the armory over here, hoping to be able to hold out long enough for Thors. He is moving in a few Vikings, again, just hoping to be able to do something. But his minerals are so low right now, and there's only 7 mineral fields instead of 8. He's muling them out, he's mining them so fast, and he does not have even 1 expansion. So he's going to be very hard-pressed to make anything happen. Let's take a look at the army counts right now. The Zerg player has an army roughly 3 times the size of TLO's, including the drone economy. He's on 4 bases, 2 of them being completely saturated that I know of. Let's check and see how many harvesters he has. 3 times as many harvesters, and about 3 times the supply, 2 to 3 times the supply, and just really not able to make much happen, TLO, in the face of all of these Mutalisks, just doing such damage, as the first Thor does come out, but with sustained fire from the Mutalisks, it will drop very quickly. However, he is choosing to withdraw instead, because those Thors do ground-to-air splash damage, and they have a bonus against light. Deal 4 attacks with a range of 10, with 12 damage at each attack. For those of you who are mathematically challenged, that is 48 damage per volley. Speed of 3, however, so it is a very slow attack, but a damage of 48 in splash. So it means that all of those Mutalisks are taking a ton of damage. However, these Speedlings are running in right now. They're going to cause the tanks to friendly fire. They're going to swarm this Thor right now, which is also going to get hit by these tanks, and TLO calls GG in an exciting back and forth between the harass of TLO and the mutiling of Madfrog. That was game 1 between TLO and Madfrog, and I must say it was a good game, as TLO so aptly puts it. This is Pyrochild with his first pro-gaming high-level replay, and I hope you enjoyed it. I will hopefully be back with more soon.